All right, my friends. Well, happy Tuesday, you guys. I'm so excited for this Zoom because you guys are going to hear from several different people who hit amazing ranks last month, and they are going to give you all of their tips, all of their nuggets, questions that you guys, may have. They're going to be answering. And so I want you guys to make sure you guys have your pen and paper ready and just be really intentional and just open to what these women have to share with you guys tonight. They did it. They set the path, they set the tone, and they did it. And so because they did it, that means you can do it too. And so I'm just so excited. There's a couple things I wanted to go over before we introduce them and kind of go through the questions that we have for them tonight. But my name's Amanda. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm an ambassador diamond on our team, and I've been in this for 6 years. So I will tell you, no matter how long I've been in this business, like, you guys teach me stuff every single day, and I have questions every single day. And so my biggest tip is that every single day become a student of something in the business. And so because the more that you learn and the more that you seek out to find different ways of doing things, or seek out to find just answers and mindset, all that kind of stuff, you grow. And so that's my biggest tip, is to always become a student. So those of you guys on here tonight, I'm so excited that you are taking the time out and just spending time with us. So this is just going to do nothing but, help you not only personally, mentally, but help your business grow. So before we get started, I just want to say a quick little prayer over all of us tonight, over our entire team and our world, and then we'll get started. So, dear Lord, thank you so much for allowing us all to come together tonight. We know that it is just crazy what is happening right now, and for all of us to be able to come together as a community, as a team, as a family, to still be able to put each other at ease, help each other get through things, and help each other grow a successful business. Lord, we're so grateful that you put us all together tonight. And we pray that the women who are talking tonight, that they have the words come right from you, that their nerves are at ease, and that they just know exactly what they're going to say because you are speaking through them, Lord. We pray that everyone on here tonight, that they receive something, that they have their minds open, their hearts open, and that their ears are open, and that they receive whatever they are learning, they take nuggets back, and then they go apply it. Lord, we are here to serve, to lead, so you tell us what you need for us to do, and we will do just that. We are so excited just to see what this month brings us, and in Lord's name, Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay, so before we kind of get with our friends, I want to do just to kind of go over just a few things. So Diamonds and Above tonight, or today, we had a Zoom with Mark, our CEO, and it was just incredible. Like, all my diamonds on here, wasn't it amazing? I was so, just every time we have those special Zooms and those, and he talks to us, or anyone from corporate talks to us, I just get so fired up. And so I wanted to just say a few things before we kind of got started. I'm going to talk fast because I really want the attention to be on these ladies tonight who have just hit incredible goals. So what he was talking to us is what you guys are going to hear a lot. I want you guys to really understand that these women who are going to speak tonight, I want you guys to understand and see one common thing that they had, and it's probably going to be the mindset. Okay. And so our CEO talked to us about the mindset, and just a few things I wanted to start us off with is what we say to ourselves is literally the life that we live. So, when we speak negative, when we hear negative, when we're surrounded by negativity, that's the life that we live. And he was saying that every single time that we say one negative thing, we want to, counteract that with 10 positive things. Okay. So if I'm like, man, Amanda, I stink at this, or man, I stink at getting customers. I want to now say 10 things that I'm awesome at, and just counteract that negative thing. Because if I'm telling myself that I'm not good at something, then guess what? I'm not going to be good at something because I'm literally telling myself that. So your mindset is over 80% of this business, my friends. 80% of this business. The work that we do is so easy, but our mindset, you guys, is really what holds so many people back. And that is the biggest reason why people fail at this business, okay? So our mindset. And so I want you guys to understand that the ladies who are on here tonight, they didn't just get this rank. They worked for this rank. You know, they set out a goal at the beginning of the month, or maybe it was even, you know, the month prior or the month prior for that. They set out a goal that they were going to be ruby or emerald or diamond or double or triple. They set that goal out and then they worked for it. Okay, so it didn't just happen for them. They you know, set it out in their mind and then they just figured out how to do it. And so I thought that was so good. And so I have a couple other things that I will get to at the end, but I want to get started, and we are going to have, let's see. Yes, thank you. Please turn your cameras on. That would be so awesome. Okay, I'm going to put this chat away so I don't get distracted. But we are going to have Tori go first. You guys heard Tori, if you guys were listening to our opportunity Zoom that we had just a few days ago, or was it yesterday? I can't remember. My days are so mixed up. But Tori was just on with us, and Tori has been in this business, you guys, for 6 weeks. And she is already Ruby, just racing for that next rank, and just a total rock star. So I'm going to have Tori go ahead and, if you want to give just let me unmute you. Oh, it's not letting, there we go.
Did that work?
Yeah, you're good. Okay. You want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Tori. I am in Utah. I have 4 little kiddos, and I've been married for 12 years. And I'm a cosmetologist. And I started this business just to get extra money. I wanted to pay off my car sooner than 5 years. I wanted to get it done in a year. And I can't do that with just a cosmetology income. So I met Valerie through a mutual friend and decided to jump on board. And so sorry, what?
No, go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
And so I just did everything that Valerie told me to do. I started every morning with her as much as I could at, so it would have been 7 o'clock my time. And I did the steps that she had me do, and I'm still learning a lot, but I saw that you could get $15,000 bonus, and I called Valerie and I'm like, dude, Valerie, I want that money. Like, I want that. What do I need to do? And so we put a step in for Ruby, and I got my Ruby, and now my goal is to become Emerald and Diamond, hopefully in the same month.
Yes, that is so amazing. So amazing. I love that so much. Did you guys hear that she said she works and she's a cosmetologist? She does hair, right? Is it hair?
Yeah, and eyelashes.
And eyelashes. I see the eyelash little decor you have on there. It's so
yeah, cute. My cute decor.
That's so cute. And she has 4 kiddos, right? 4 kiddos.
Yes.
So you guys, that just shows you that no matter where you're at in your life, whether you have kids or no kids, or you're in school or have work or whatnot, this business, you guys can work it in the nooks and crannies of your day. You have to figure out when you can work it. When is your work hours? So, okay, Tori, so kind of tell us, because you do have kiddos, you are a busy mom, but you knew that, you know, you wanted extra income. And I can tell you're probably red. Is one of your colors red? Because you are like, okay, see that dollar sign? I want to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so how did you stay focused with having kiddos and juggling, you know, everything that's going on in the world, on top of, you know, your clients that you're taking on? How did you juggle everything yet still work your business and still be intentional with, you know, the work that it takes to do this business?
I just did it. Like, honestly, when I put my mind to something, like, I want to do it. I want to do it 100%. And I know, like, with self-development, when I came onto this, like, I already did a lot of self-development because I went through therapy a lot in my 20s. And I learned a lot about self-development and saying affirmations and stuff. So that helped a lot, because I don't think 10 years ago I could have done this business because I was in such a different mindset. And so a lot of that was just making sure I had the right mindset and doing the positive affirmations and listening to podcasts that were positive and actually having positive people around me why I started this. Because yeah, you get your ones that are like, oh, we'll see what happens about it. But like when I put that I went diamond, like I text my sisters and my mom and my brothers, and I was just like, or not diamond, sorry, ruby. I'm already jumping ahead. um, but ruby,
Okay.
and they're all like, well, that's cool. Like they like kind of like, not to be negative, but they kind of were like, I don't know if she can do this because this is like, she already has so many different things that she does. And so that's honestly what I just did. If I want something, I've got to follow someone who's already done it. And that's just basically just in a simple word of follow your leaders kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that so much. And like what you said, like, you know, Valerie, what she's going to talk on here too, because she just went triple diamond, you guys. She's done Ruby. She's done all these ranks. So she knows how to do it. And so, you know, if people are getting customers, if people are getting distributors and they're growing their business, that means that it can be done. And so if, you know, for some reason, if you're like, man, I'm like, if you're not getting the results that you're wanting, then you have to figure out exactly what the person who is doing it is doing. And then just copy them. Because that's the beauty of this business, is it's so duplicatable. And that is what it is. If I can do it, then you can do it. If Tori can go Ruby in 6 weeks, you can go Ruby in 6 weeks. And so, you know, that's what I love about this business. So, okay, so go ahead and, you know, going Ruby in 6 weeks, like that's a lot of work, you know. So were there any obstacles that got in your way? And if so, how did you overcome some of the obstacles that got in your way?
Yeah, so I have a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old, and my kids were all like, you're always on your phone. So like the last 2 weeks in March, I was like seriously like just trying to get those LCs in. And I'm just all like, I promise I will take a day off when I'm done. Like, and that's what I did for them. So that was kind of like hard for me to see, because I only let my kids have electronics on Saturdays. And sometimes I let them through the week, but they have to earn them. So I'm really big on like not being glued to my phone. And I was literally glued to my phone. And that was pretty hard for me. But, and then I got a couple negative feedbacks from a couple friends of mine, which I was kind of shocked. But like Valerie was just all like, you're gonna get that, it's okay, you're a beginner. And I'm like, and so I had her in my back corner that shouted out every time I needed to talk to her. So that helped out a ton. And being consistent is probably the biggest thing. And I just made sure through my day, I'm like, okay, so I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with the salon. I got to do it first thing in the morning. And then those were my strict days that I made sure that I got up in the morning and did those. And I actually, because I scheduled out, I actually got more LCs on those days than the other days because I was more organized.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
those were a couple of them.
Yeah, I love that. And, you know, you said this at the beginning, like, you know, mindset is so huge, and having that person who you can go to, who are the people that are surrounding you, you know, because when you do have a bad day, then you know you can go to Valerie, you know, you can go, you know, to certain people who are going to lift you back up. And the crazy thing is, you guys, is no matter what, I always say this, that when big things are happening, the enemy is literally at your feet trying to pull you down. So, you know, no matter what it is. And so, like Tori said, like the mindset is so huge. And so one of the things that, you know, she mentioned was that, you know, during this time, you know, her kids felt like she was on her phone for the, you know, those 2 weeks. And sometimes when we're going through like huge promotions like that our kids really do, you know, our family, we might be putting more attention to our work than, you know, our families used to. And so if we just talk to them, like, honestly, if we're just like, okay, mommy is going for a really big promotion right now, or dad, we are going for a really big promotion right now, and this is what this is going to do for our family. But afterwards, like, you guys can pick our treat of our, you know, a treat to go to, or, you know, dessert of your choice, or maybe we'll have a movie night. You know, you figure out what kind of reward, and you bring your kids into it. So now when like, even at the end of the month, we're like, okay, mom is going for a promotion. You know, my kids are like, mom, are you working? You know, are you going to get that promotion so we can get our, you know, our surprise, or, you know, things like that. And so it might feel like in that time that we might be working a little bit more. We might be staying up a little bit later, waking up a little bit earlier, putting full force into our business. But guess what? You're going to have an incredible reward that comes afterwards. And so that your kids are not going to even know that for those 2 weeks you were pushing it. They're just going to know that, you know what? My mom, my dad, they work super hard for me. They do so much for me, you know, so I love that. Okay, so one last thing, Tori, and then we're going to move on to the next person. What kind of self-development do you do? Can you kind of tell everyone what things that you like to do for self-development?
So I'll read books. Like, I read a lot of parenting books, and then so that kind of helps me. So also I have a playlist that I listen to just on like Amazon, or I just Google self-development and just whatever kind of pops up, and I'll listen to it. And then I always do an affirmation one that I am, and it's like about a 15-minute clip of him just repeating, I am courageous, I am kind, I am, like, just a whole bunch of different affirmations. And that's basically what I try to do at least every day.
Yeah, I love that so much. Thank you so much for giving all of your tips, and just even speaking in front of 122 people right now. Like, you know, that is so incredible. And honestly, like, that is a fear that we all have, right? And so for you to be in this for 6 weeks and to jump on this Zoom and just to give people your tips, like, you are so incredible, and we're so thankful for you. So we are just so appreciative. So thank you so much for all of your stuff and nuggets you gave us.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, if you guys have questions for Tori, just go ahead and put it in the chat, okay, guys? Okay, so we're gonna go to my sweet friend Lorinda, who is in Hawaii. You guys, she lives in Hawaii. Like, isn't that incredible? I know, I'm like, man, I got to visit and meet Lorinda for the very first time a few weeks ago, and it was just amazing. So, okay, my friend Lorinda, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how awesome you are?
It's 4:20 in the afternoon. 4:20. Anyway, I'm an educator, so I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for 13 years. I'm the technology coordinator at my school, at a local high school, and I've got 2 babies and 1 really big baby. I'm married to him, and I jumped into It Works because I saw a post about keto coffee, and I was like, I'm down with losing weight drinking coffee. And then that's how I met Amanda, and she presented the opportunity, and I was like, why not? Because I realized that kids are hella expensive, especially in Hawaii. We live in one of the most expensive states in the United States, and everything's expensive. But to afford opportunities for the kids to learn how to do whatever they want to do and pursue their own passions, it's costly. You know, like, I wish they took up swimming or surfing, because you can just throw them in the ocean and be done with it. But I don't know how to surf or swim, so that would be kind of hard to do. And so that's that. And I joined on October 31st of last year. I missed Ruby in February, but then I got it last month, and I did this. When Julie said, "You made it," I did this dance. I'm not kidding. I dance all the time on WebEx Move. And that was it. And so, you know, we're just trudging forward, and just it's just to take one step at a time and to just keep going. You don't stop, right? You just do what Dory tells you to do and keep swimming, which is funny because, again, I don't know how to swim. So that's that. So hi, nice to meet all 120 of you.
I love that so much. I had such an amazing time meeting Lorinda and just spending time with her Obviously, you guys can see she's so funny and amazing. And she really brings just so much life to our 2.0 chat. It's just awesome. But so Lorinda, you told me, so you know what? It's crazy because people will come into this business, and if they don't get $500 in their first 30 days, then they're like, oh, it's not working for me. I'm going to quit. So what makes you keep going every single day? You know, what makes you, you know, you got to Ruby, obviously, like that's a huge accomplishment. And that's something that every single person strives to get to in this business. And so, you know, what keeps you going every single day so that you didn't quit?
I think it helps to be surrounded by good people. You know, like there's just like I'm blessed. I'm super blessed that like whatever random thing that I get into, I've got a support system behind me. Like my husband will be like, okay, and and he'll just whatever. And like a big part of it too came just to keep on going is I'm a red. I realize this now. I'm a red and highly competitive. And so I really want to, like, there's a goal at the end. Well, I don't know what the goal is, but there's a goal and I know I have to get there and we just keep going. But it's really the family aspect of it all too. You know, like I want to be able to provide for my kids. I want to help my parents because they're on a fixed income. I want to help my sister because she's gone through a ton of stuff with her corporate job and whatever. And eventually, I would like to retire my husband from teaching because that seems like, you know, he's a great teacher. But like, if he could, you know, if we could just pursue our own passions in that sense, then that's what keeps me going. You know, like I want to do all of this, and not necessarily for me, but the financial aspects of it all is to help other people. You know, like if I can help people with their own goals, with products, or like the opportunity can help them, then why not? You know, like you just do it. So that's what keeps me going, is like knowing that this is actually helping people, you know. So
Absolutely. And that is really how we see success. When we take like our mindset and we say, okay, I need to get loyal customers, I need to get distributors, and change it to who can I help get on amazing products today? Who can I help make extra money today? You know, you guys will definitely see a huge shift in your business. And so, okay, Lorinda, so tell me, what are three behaviors that you incorporated, that maybe you've incorporated over the last couple months, or that you really incorporated to help get this promotion done? Like what are three like things that you just say, okay, this is what I did, and these are the, you know, this is the behavior that I took, you know, place, and that's how I got my rank.
Okay, one, actually think that you can do it, right? Like I'm going to do it, so go out in there and do it. Two, put yourself out there and actually like not hesitate to offer a suggestion or a solution, and just to be open to whatever criticism, constructive, negative, whatever it is, comes your way. And three is just be consistent. I think that's one of the obstacles I have, is consistency. Like, you know, going through the self-development, I'll exercise, like that's my form of self-development, or I'll attempt to. And like just be consistent with the routines. Like, okay, I didn't get my haps out, I need to go do that. I didn't post anything today. Oh no, I need to go do that. You know, so it's just being consistent, knowing you can do it, and actually doing it. Hello? Okay, yeah, sorry.
We missed ya. Okay, I love that so much because, you know, like we said, like mindset has so much to do with this. So if you are talking to, you know, these 122 amazing people on here right now, and we have people who are like, man, I don't know if I can do it. What are some things that you would recommend for them to do? What are some, you know, things that that can help them get a little bit more confident, or face those fears that they're facing, or know that, you know what, you are in an area, you have a vehicle that can help your situation. You know, we just have to like believe, like you said. So what are some things that they can do, you know?
When in doubt, reach out. That's what I do. Like when I'm in doubt, like Julie knows, and you know, Amanda, that I will reach out if I got questions. I'm like, okay, and I have to clarify and whatever. That's just me. But you just, when you don't know what you're doing, you have to ask for help, and you have to be okay with asking for help. And if you reach out to your leaders, they obviously are your leaders because they lead well. um, they'll guide you, you know what I mean? And it's just a matter of putting yourself out there. Like, I never did lives, like, ever, because I hate the sound of my voice, and I think I'm weird looking on camera, which is okay. But I've accepted that, and sometimes I'll go live or I'll do like demonstrations in my stories. You know, it's just accepting the fact that people are not going to necessarily want to see your face, but you put your face out there anyway, and you never know who's going to reach out, you know, like, and the more lives I did and the more stuff I posted online, like in terms of myself and my son doing the demonstrations, he knows to give you the steps for celery, by the way, he films himself. He will, it's just like that, you know, like you put yourself out there and people reach out. And when I did that, that's when people were like, oh, you're legit using the products. Like you actually are doing the stuff that you're trying to sell. I'm like, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm sharing information, and it's up to you if you want to come and join the team. So
I love that so much. And it's so funny, like what you just said. I remember when I first started, somebody said, when you take your business serious, then other people will take you serious. And so it is just that, you know, what products are you doing? How are you sharing it? How are you presenting, you know, the business opportunity to other people? Are you talking about how awesome it's doing, or what your goals are? If you just started, you know, people are going to buy into your energy. They're going to buy into, you know, what they see from you. And so I just love that so much. Okay. So one last thing, what is one tip that you have for all these people on here right now who are promoting to a rank this month?
Friends, just go and do it. Believe and do. You can do it. I'm trying to maintain Ruby, so we're going to do it together. Okay. Just go out and do.
I love that so much. You are so amazing. And obviously, look at our chat. Everyone is just like, we love your energy. Or your energy.
I'm just crazy.
You're so fun. I know.
I actually have, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, I'm like, I would love to stay and learn more because you guys are awesome. Like, all the people here are awesome. But I got baby duty in like 10 minutes. I got to go get my kids. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for the opportunity to share and to talk story with these wonderful peeps over here.
Yeah, thank you for spending your time. It was a juggle today to get you on, so we're so appreciative of you. All right, thanks, Lorinda. Okay.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
I'm going to listen in, but you won't see my face.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you guys. Isn't she so amazing? So she's actually not on my 2.0. She's actually on my 1.0, but she's in my 2.0 chat. And she just brings so much life. And so I keep her in there. Okay, so you guys, we are going to move on to Holly, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear from Holly. Holly actually she'll go into her story in a minute, but she actually joined a few years ago, our team. I worked with Holly, and she was when I first kind of started, not when I first started, but she joined and life happened, and so she stopped for a few years, and you can kind of go more into that if you want, Holly. But now she's back and totally kicking butt. You guys, she went from Ruby all the way to Diamond last month, and so she double promoted last month and just doing so incredible. But if you guys knew exactly, and she'll go into it, so I'll probably just let you talk, but if you knew, you know, what the struggles she goes through and, you know, all the obstacles she's going through, and she's doing it, you guys can do this too. And so definitely not, you know, an easy road for her, just like a lot of us, you know. So, okay, Holly, go ahead and take the reins. I'll let you go ahead and talk. I don't know if I can unmute you for some reason. There you go.
I usually don't Zoom from my computer, so this is new. This is fancy.
It is fancy.
It's fancy schmancy. So my name's Holly. I live in Texas. I went to high school with Amanda and Miss Brenda, and I'm sure some other of y'all in here. I can only see like 5 of you. So I joined the business, I think it was 4 years ago, because I think it just popped up on my time hub. But joined the business. I made it all the way to Emerald, and then went through a really nasty divorce. Had to get a real job because I was not working at the time, and quit. And then I watched Amanda skyrocket through all of these ranks, and I was just like, crap. I should have never stopped. I should have stayed. And she kept messaging me and she kept saying, hey, you want to come back? And I was like, I can't do it yet because it's still mass chaos in my house. My son is difficult. My ex is still difficult. It's just been an insane nightmare. So we're still going through that. I'm also going to school, trying to finish my RN. So all that being said, all of my debt's been piling up, and I went to Amanda. I was like, all right, I got to do something because I'm not going to be able to buy Christmas presents. And if I do buy Christmas presents, they're going to be on more credit cards, which I'm not going to be able to afford. And it's going to snowball, and I've got to do something. So I rejoined in December. And then right after that was conference when they re-released all the bonuses. And I was like, I got to do it. I need that. And even more now. I need it even more now. And now I'm going for double because I need that 30. That was the short version.
I just love it so much. And I love your energy and just everything that you bring. I was messaging Holly probably all the time and be like, Holly, come back, you know? And so you guys, if you ever do have anybody walk away from the business or anything like that, I always say you want to bless them and release them, and always keep, you know, a good, I don't know, friendship. Never have harsh feelings unless like they weren't very nice, but, you know, just bless and release. And, you know, I always feel like when somebody's ready to come back, they really will. And so I knew Holly would definitely, you know, join back up eventually. I just didn't know when. And so I'm just forever thankful. So Holly went diamond, you guys, in 3 months. And her road was not easy by any means. And I would talk to her and I would hear her struggles and hear her voice. And it was a battle. But did you guys hear, like, she knew she needed this, she needs this so bad, still needs this so bad. And so, you know, even though like her life is looking, you know, it's a struggle and there's obstacles, like she's still putting this business in the forefront so that it can help her with, you know, things that she's going through and just, you know, make our lives easier, right? Like this is what this business is about. And so, okay, Holly, so how do you stay focused and just intentional? Like, what are some of maybe your daily tasks, or do you have like certain work hours that you do? Like, how do you juggle it all? You still work full time, you know, you have kiddos, you have, you know, life that's happening and exes and all this kind of stuff. So how are you juggling everything and still, you know, having success?
So I have to be really, really, really intentional with my time. I don't know if y'all have read The Miracle Morning. We did a whole book club thingy a while back, and that was the first book that we did, and it's a game changer. Now, do I follow all of them? No. Should I? Yes. Disclosure. I have to get up early, and I have to have my time for myself to, one, fully wake up, because I'm a grouch, not gonna lie. I need my coffee. And I do my devotional. You know, I have to be, because I will get lost in Facebook scrolling, and I have to just sit down with my calendar, be like, all right, I got to do this, this, and this now, get it done. That way it's done and over with. And then the rest of the day I can spend, you know, replying to messages, because it's really super easy to, you know, reply to people who respond back to you. The hard part is getting those initial posts, you know, the initial stuff out to begin with. When you're sitting there, you know, trying to send out 100 messages until you get blocked and all that fun stuff. But I just have to be very, very, very specific with my time, because I'm still working. So I get up super early and then get my kids up. I go to work at the hospital still, because we're essential, and come home and keep going. My kids go to bed. I do my self-development after my kids go to bed, because I read. I listen to podcasts throughout the day when I can at work, and, you know, when I'm in the shower and all that sort of stuff. So there's always kind of stuff just going on. If I'm not able to sit down and read, there's still some sort of self-development going on. And Amanda will kick my butt if I don't, because she knows when I don't. I swear she's got a camera in my house somewhere, and she's like, all right, girl, what is going on? because you're off. And I'm like, well, I am off. And she's like, okay, well, do you want it? And I'm like, yeah. And then she kind of yells at me and we get over it. And she doesn't yell at me. Let me rephrase. She doesn't yell.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's so true. I don't yell, but I'm like, okay, girl, what self-development
She
are you
knows.
doing? If you guys
She
are
totally knows.
enrolled, or if you work close with me and you guys come to me and you're like, okay, I'm struggling, I always ask you, what's your self-development that you are doing? So I love that so much. So funny. Okay, what is you answered a lot of my questions, and so I love that so much. But what is maybe somebody is here listening right now and they're going through a hard time right now and they really need this $15,000 bonus, and maybe they're at Ruby or maybe they're at Emerald or whatever rank that they're at. What's like a tip that you would give them? What's one thing that you would say? You know what? Like, here's a tip that I have for you, and this is going to help you so much.
The biggest tip I would say is plan out exactly what you need. So sit down at the beginning of the month. This is why Amanda's kind of not MIA at the beginning of the month, but she is doing everybody's planning at the beginning of the month because she has goals. She needs to know what everybody needs to have. You also need to know exactly what you need to have. Was it Pam Souter a while back that did the Zoom about finding out what your GV is and then dividing it by your days so you know exactly what you need to do per day. Mm-hmm. Now, that is like goal. Like, you want it, you've got to do it. Mm-hmm. If you need that $15,000, figure out what you have to do to get it. Like, you just, like Lorinda said, just do it. You've got to do it. You want it, get it done.
Absolutely. I love that so much. And I think it's so true. You guys have to have your maps printed out. You have to have your volume. If you don't have your projected volume at this time, like, how on earth are you going to rank to your goals? So you have to, and I love that so much, Holly. Divide whatever volume you need, into the days that you have. And, have your team say, okay, Holly, you are in charge of this. Okay, Jennifer, you're in charge of this. Anna, you're in charge of this. Let's get together. And I will say, Holly, at the end of the month, still probably 3 or 4 days after the end of the month, still needed close to 1,000 VV, right? Like, so, she did it. And Carol, which is her Emerald, did it. They worked together. That chat was going off all the time, and they made it happen. And so, it is a team effort for sure. And so, it's just amazing. But I just love working with you and your entire team, Holly. Carol's on here too. Just incredible, So you guys, I hope that you guys took some, tips from her, because honestly, you guys, she is a living, walking proof that no matter what your life looks like right now, if you want it bad enough, you can do it. But did you hear what she said? Did you hear what Lorinda said and Tori said? Like, it is a mindset. They were walking into the month saying, okay, I am getting this rank. I am going to be Diamond. I am going to be Ruby. I'm getting this rank. So, what is your mindset looking like right now? So, all right, Holly, thank you so much, my friend. I wish I could keep asking you questions, but we got to move on. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to go to, I have Elisa next. Elisa, where are you, my friend? Let's see. I saw you earlier. Oh, there you are. Okay.
I'm right here.
Yay. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right. Will you tell everyone just a little bit about yourself?
Oh my gosh. So first of all, like, out of 122 people, I don't really know why, half of me doesn't know why I would be chosen to speak tonight. But then the other half of me is like, I freaking work my ass off, pardon my French. But so a little bit about me. I am a hairstylist. I'm also cosmetology. I do hair right now, not doing hair. And I have 5 kids. I have a daughter who's a year old. I have 3 bonus daughters. They're all older teenagers. And then my son is 16. So, yeah, and I joined this business. Valerie is my my person. I always just call her my person because, like, you know, in the business and not in the business, she's my person. But yeah, she had posted a something about the cleanse. Somebody did a host a post for her about the cleanse, and so I chimed in and loved the cleanse. I lost, you know, like 8 pounds or something before I got married on the cleanse and was sold. And I had watched her for about a year before I actually joined. And I did, and I hopped in and just hit the ground running because I also, like Tori was talking about, like, I don't do halves on anything. Like, I don't ever join anything and just, you know, do a little bit of work. Like, I'm full on jump in. I don't just put my toe in. So that's my story. A little bit of it, at least.
I love it so much. And if you guys heard Elisa speak, she was on an opportunity event and she just killed it. You know, and you are on here because you are consistently a top enroller. You work your booty off and you just get it done. And so that, my friend, is why you're on here, because you are so special and you have so many tips and nuggets to give us. So, okay, I want to just dive in. You know, when you were going from the beginning of the month, you know, what was your mindset like? Like, what were you, you know, kind of walk us through, like, what your mindset was, what kept your mind going so that you were like, okay, I'm getting this? Like, you know, did you decide in the middle of the month that you were getting Diamond, or did you decide, you know, when did you decide that you were going for it? And, you know, how did you keep that going each day?
So I went to conference back in January, early February. And that experience, I don't even want to go off on the conference tangent, but that experience, like, I'm sitting there in the audience and don't really know the people very well that I'm sitting next to, just met everybody. And market's the last day and they're announcing the bonuses up on the little, like, whatever the heck it's called. And I'm literally bawling because of how bad I need that money, you know, how much that would help my family. And so I just went, I'm claiming one of those. Like, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to claim one of those. And one of the gals on stage, I don't know everybody's name very well quite yet. I want to say it was Ashley. She's the, like, super spunky one with brown hair. Ashley Sinclair maybe, but she had talked about how there's no easy way from the back to the front. And I'm like, one day I'm going to be on that stage, like, come hell or high water, I'm going to be on that stage. And so, you know, I joined in August, and since I joined, like, I have not taken a foot off the gas since I joined. And the only thing really that I've done different since learning about the promotion is jumping on a power hour at 6 a.m. Like, I'm getting 10 hosts to post out before, you know, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And that's been the only difference. You know, I'm still putting in the same amount of time, still, you know, super consistent with my follow-ups and self-development and the whole, you know, everything that needs to be done. So, you know, and I see what you and Valerie are doing and Rachel. And so I'm like, shoot, you know, if it's working for them, it's going to work for me. And, you know, that's kind of.
I love it. You're so amazing. What are 3, like, behaviors that you feel that really helped you get to, you know, to Diamond this month? Because I will tell you guys, like, March, our world was rattled, right? Our world was turned upside down with the coronavirus and everything that's going on. And people are still ranking up, you know? So if you have said to yourself at all, so I'm not getting customers because of the coronavirus, I'm not getting distributors because of the coronavirus, that is not true at all. You're not getting them because there's something missing of what you're doing. And whether it's your mindset or a task, there's something. So, Elisa, can you kind of tell us a little bit, like, three behaviors that literally that you incorporated, that you have, that took you to Diamond?
So I want to say on that is that I probably have the same amount of LCs this month than I had my top month of enrollee, you know, LC enrollees, which I think was last month. I hit 70, but I'm at, like, I think close to 30 right now. And it's, you know, not even the 10th. So, you know, it's really, I'm just a positive person. Like, I'm in recovery. So I've lived a hell on earth. And so I have no choice but to be a positive person. So it's kind of in my blood now. Like if I have a negative mindset, like I'm picking up a drink or whatever the heck it is, and because that's my coping mechanism, you know. So that's kind of the way that I just have to be, because that's, you know, there is no other choice. But through a lot of work on myself, it's been I'm able to do that as like my normal gauge, or whatever the heck you want to call it. But I wrote down the 3 things, and one of them was, you know, I wake up early. I had one year, the book thing, the Audible thing, like way back my first boom contest. And so I started the Miracle Morning, and that, you know, I listened to it. It was like, one of these days I'm going to wake up early. One of these days I'm going to do this. And, you know, at some point, and finally one day I just was like, screw this, I just need to do it. And I started doing it. And I don't, you know, like Holly, I don't follow the whole thing exactly, but it makes a huge difference waking up early. And the biggest thing in that book is, you know, facing the day before it faces you, basically. And that speaks volumes to me. The other thing is that I stopped taking everything so personally. You know, when I had LCs in the beginning, like, you know, giving me grief for whatever the heck it was, you know, I took it so personally, like, oh my gosh, they don't like me. You know, what am I going to say? And nobody's going to, you know, and it turned into this big thing in my head when, you know, I have my person, Valerie, who was and is so good at like, whew, you know, that's nothing. Here's what you say and blah, blah, blah. And so now like I'll get whatever messages and I'm like, I can, what, you know? So the mindset with that kind of stuff is definitely really, really interesting. And I would say this month, like I have to prepare, you know, if I'm going to be praying for promotions and I'm going to be praying to be at the front of the stage one day, then I have to start preparing for that, you know? And so what that means for me right now is getting in a position of leadership. And I've never really been a leader except for, you know, in my home, being a mom, I'm a leader in that regard. So I've been, you know, trying to prepare myself to, like, I watch you and how you lead, and it just blows my mind, you know, and I'm sitting looking at your office and I'm like, one day I'm going to have an office. I'm not going to be sitting on my bed, on my Kohl's comforter, you know, like in somebody else's home that they own. You know, I'm going to, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. So yeah, those would be my 3. I don't know what you asked, but I think I answered it.
You definitely did. I love that so much. What I love is that, you know, like, do you guys hear like the common thing that all of these, you know, ladies are saying, that it's their mindset? You know, I absolutely love that you were at conference for the very first time and you're like, I'm going to be on that stage. You know, you set it out there. And did you guys also hear what she said? She has enrolled 70 enrollments. Was it 70 customers or total, like, enrollments? You know, that is incredible. And this month already 30. You guys, that is insane. Okay, so really quick, because I know that when you said that, like, the chat was blowing up. So can you just tell people what you do? Like, what do you do every day? Give us like the gist of what you do.
It's just so trippy to me, because I literally am not doing anything different than anybody else, I don't think. Like I, at the end of my coffee script, like I put, you know, so your options are either, I don't know, 49 or 79. I say which one would work for you. And 90% of the time they come up with an amount. They don't really ever tell me no. Gosh, and I follow up with everybody I talk to too. So I don't just follow up with people who I've given the pricing script to. I follow up with people that I've messaged. You know, if I just talk to them about, you know, the first part of the cleanse of like, hey, are you wanting to do a cleanse or just, you know, lose some weight? And so I'm always following up with people, and I don't really, unless they tell me no, like I will follow up with them about 3 times before I give up if they're just ghosting me. But for the most part, I'm always following up with people. But that's really, I'm not doing anything different. You know, and when in the beginning, like I started adding a ton of people from gyms and like yoga studios, thinking like that was the thing. But really, a lot of those people are no, because they're so already stuck in their thing that has been working for them before, you know. But I believe that really who you are. Like I'm trying to, my son really wants to join this business and he's 16 and a half. And I keep trying to tell him, like, he's so all about it today. And he's like, I'm going to create a business page when I can join. And I'm like, son, here's the thing is like, people want to see your personality. Like they want to see that I have a 1-year-old. They want to see that I have a kid with special needs. Like I did this post, I don't know, a couple weeks back where I posted about my son having cerebral palsy. And I no joke had this lady message me and was like, I'm buying something from you. Like you just totally pulled on my heartstrings. And she went in and bought $300 worth of products on an auto ship. Like never talked to this lady in my life. You know, she wasn't even like somebody I had been talking to. She just was somebody there. So, you know, telling your story is such an important, for me, telling my story is such an important thing because being relatable for me, like when other people are relatable, it unlocks so many things in me, you know? It makes me not feel alone, especially right now, because we all feel, I'm sure a lot of people feel really alone in what they're experiencing right now with all of this coronavirus stuff,
Yeah.
you know? So I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing really much anything different than anybody else, but who knows?
Yeah.
And I pray, you know, I'm always praying for my business because I found that out with hairstyling. Like if I pray for my business, God will bless it. He will. He wants to bless our socks off, you know, but we can't like sit on the couch and watch SpongeBob SquarePants all day long and do nothing. You know, we have to meet him halfway. So
I love that so much. So, you know, I know Elisa's incorporating like those 5 core things that we do, you know, but she's saying that she, like some of the things out of those 5 core things that she's doing is she's talking about the business every single day, her story, you know, and I love that so much. Like, you know, those of you guys, if you guys haven't got a distributor this month or even last month, are you telling your story every day? You know, and I love that so much, just being vulnerable, because that is what people are going to buy into. You know, they're going to relate to that. I love that so much. And then the other thing that you just said is pray. You know, I think that when I started incorporating prayer and mindset in the Miracle Morning, that was when I literally took my business from being paid as a double to go an ambassador in an entire year. And, you know, that's just what it takes. So all of you guys who are like, sitting even at double right now, or you're wanting double right now, do you guys understand that you guys could literally go from double to ambassador, the very top rank of the company, in an entire year? It just takes that shift of the mindset, prayer, like you said, Elisa, and just, you know, I mean, I'm a big believer in the Miracle Morning. So, all right, my friend, thank you so much. You have so many nuggets. We need to get you back on this Zoom for sure. All of you ladies, just get you back on. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, we are going to bring it over to Jen. My friend Jen. How are you? Let me see. Can you, there you go. Okay. All right, friend, can you kind of give a little bit, just tell everyone who you are and how awesome you are? Oh, are you muted? Let me see. I thought I muted you. Oh, you should be good. I can't hear you though, but you're unmuted. I can't hear you.
See. How about now?
Yeah, can hear you.
Got me? Okay.
Perfect.
Hi, Jen. LaFleur. I started in July, end of June, just beginning of July. Kind of started out slow. I basically jumped in because of Rachel Wilkins. I met her while I was doing some real estate and found out she did this. And I'm like, hey, you know, I did this 8 years ago for a short time and got out of it and then decided to just jump full forward just in it. Especially since, you know, you got the people that says, oh, you can't do this, you can't make money, you know, whatever. Well, that right there was like, all right, bet me, I'm going to prove you wrong. So I just started going balls to the walls, basically, and going for it. Hit Ruby, oh gosh, is it 2 months ago? And then when we went to conference and big bonuses came up, and I was like, all right, I'm going to hit diamond. I'm giving myself, I'll be diamond by March 31st. And I did that. So a lot of work, a lot of hours, a a lot of time on the phone. That's for sure. But squeezing everything into the day between, I've got 2 kids. Well, actually I have 4 kids and a grandbaby as of yesterday. So excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
Congratulations.
My 2 oldest kids are 20, well, almost 20 this weekend and 25. So, and then I've got my 6 and 7-year-olds that keep me super, super busy with their horses and everything else. So, plus we run a trucking company, so I'm always busy doing office work with that. So just kind of squeezing everything in, like Amanda says, in the nooks and crannies every day. Just get it done. Get up, extra early. Get messages out, just do work. I mean, you got to do it. Well, if you want to get there, you got to do it. And trying to go, well, not trying. I am 99% sure I can hit double this month. And I'm also getting my hubby to diamond this month also. So
So
yeah.
amazing. I love that so much.
Yeah.
So I love, because I know you have also been in this business before, and right, and life kind of happened, and you
Yes.
jump back in, and so I just love it so much. I love watching your journey. I love being able to spend what time we had at conference together. It's a busy weekend.
Uh-huh.
But,
Yeah.
you're also another one who is a top enroller consistently and just showing up every single day. So I love that so much. So you are a busy person, but you're doing it, and you went diamond, and now you're going double diamond. Like, that is just insanely incredible. So can you kind of tell us a little bit about, what do you do each day? Like, how do you manage it all? How are you, what do you do? Do you have like a work schedule? Like, are you really intentional with your time? Like, what are you doing to get your work done on top of being just, a busy person?
Well, now with the kids home, it's a little bit more difficult. So it kind of messes the schedule up, as everybody knows, when you have kids and they're out of school now. So, typical day, I'll get up. Well, before I get up, when I wake up, I normally have a bunch of messages from all the chats. And so I'll kind of catch up on that. I'll start out sending out haps while I'm laying in bed until the kids really kind of get up and going. Then once they're up, I'll get them fed, get them taken care of. I make my skinny brew, kind of wake up even more, run out, take care of my horses. And usually while I'm out taking care of horses, I'll get a couple messages out while I'm out there. Then I'll come back in. I'll only sit down for probably about an hour to try to do more messages, because I've gotten blocked several times from sending out too many messages. So I'll sit down, do that. I'll do some follow-ups, do my other office work that I need to get done. And then I'll just kind of, I don't know, continuously throughout the day, I'll just send messages or, put posts on the wall. I try to do that as many times as I can. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit so it's more kids than just strictly product or something about the business, so people don't get tired of seeing things. And I don't know, it's almost like, it's kind of funny, it's almost like an addiction that you have, that you just got to keep doing it. It's like, oh no, I want to put this up now, I want to do this, and I want to do that. And just, yeah, I mean, my phone's in my hand all the time, it seems like, because I'm always wanting to put something else up or do something or talk to somebody or ask a question or, I don't know. I'm just really consistent about everything. And, even the other day I had somebody, an old friend of mine, put a hap up for me. And shortly after that, his mom messaged me and wanted information. So I signed his mom up as an LC. And then like 5 minutes later, his girlfriend was like, hey, I'm interested in this product. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then she's like, hey, I'm going to sign up. So she's a DT now. So, I mean, it's just, yeah, being consistent about everything, making sure everybody sees what you're doing and what you're posting. And they kind of come to you, I think. I mean, it's how it works, I guess,
Yeah.
So
I love that so
yeah.
much. I think that, you know, do you guys hear, like, she's working this business. It's not like she's sitting down like in her office for 4 hours or 3 hours or anything like that, just working the business. She is working it in the, like, in between her life, you know, in between like tasks that she has, but she's so intentional with the time that she has, and she's making it happen. And so, you know, we follow those core 5 things that we do. We call it the core 4 and 1 more. Those 5 things that we do every single day. And that is what Jen is doing, you know? And so I love that so much. And you said one other thing. Gosh, what did you say? I should have wrote it down. You said one other thing. I'll kind of go back to that. But okay, what is one tip that you know, can give somebody that is pushing for a rank right now, and, you know, they're just going for it, and, you know, maybe they're far, maybe they're close, but what's one tip that you have for them?
Don't give up. Just keep, no matter how many no's you get, you're going to eventually get that yes. So just don't give up. Keep working it. Keep telling yourself, you know, in your mind that you can do it, and it'll happen. It really will.
I love that so much. Do you have anything else on your heart that you want to share, or any like other little nugget?
Just keep your mindset positive, and work for that goal. I mean, work for that goal plus more. You know, don't stop. You know, don't say, okay, I've made it this far. Just say, you know, keep going. Especially when you hit that goal, you're like, oh man, that was easy. You know, it was time consuming. That was easy, but let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's hit the next one.
Absolutely. I love that. So you guys, you have to learn the 5 tasks that we do, and be intentional, you know, schedule it out. Okay, your day looks like this. Like, did you hear Jen? She was like literally like saying what her day is like, because she has her day planned out. You have to schedule this within your day. No matter how busy we are, we can still do this business. And you have heard from so many busy women and who are just killing it, you know? So, you know, if you have ever said like, oh man, I'm just so busy, I can't do this, or I'm so busy, I can't do this. No, you can do it. You just have to put down Netflix. You have to stop scrolling. You have to get off TikTok. You have to figure out, maybe it's waking up early, maybe it's going to bed. You know, you have to figure out when you can work this. So I just love that to pieces. I'm cheering you on for, you know, double, and your hubby for diamond. That is just so incredible. And holy cow, like, that's a lot of bonuses. So that is amazing. You got this, girl. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, my friend Tiff, we're going to move to you. You guys, Tiff, you guys have heard her speak before and have heard a lot from her. I'm sure she's a double diamond on our team now, and, you know, just totally just rocking this business. And I just love you to pieces. So I'm really excited just for our team to hear from you. I know it's late, you guys. So if we can just, you know, we just have Valerie and Tiff, and I really want you guys to hear from them, because they are just, you know, moving along each rank and have so much to tell you guys. So, all right, Tiff, go ahead and unmute. And I don't know if you want to get into your story, or if you want to just to kind of get into some of the tips and, you know, things you want to talk about. I'll let you kind of decide.
Yeah, either way, I know a lot of people kind of know my story already, and I'm just grateful that you had me on tonight, so thank you. But as you guys know, like, I'm a big mom of 3. I have 3 kiddos. My oldest is 16, and then I have a 10-year-old and then a 7-year-old also. But yeah, our team hit double diamond, and we're just on top of the world. It was awesome. But I will tell you guys, like, it didn't happen overnight or anything like that. Like, we had a full push in February, and then we came like so close, and then we didn't hit it, and it was okay. I had to just get back up, dust myself off, do it again. But realistically, like, we have been pushing, like my team and I, we've been pushing for ever to get to be a double diamond team, and we've just been so consistent and just pick ourselves up from, like, you know, all the hurdles and stuff. So I don't know what you want me to go over.
Yeah. So what do you do? Because you've been in this, you know, you're already to double diamond. You guys, double diamonds make an average of $5,000 a month, and just got a $20,000 bonus. Like, that is so incredible. So what do you do when people tell you no, or they don't order from you, or they give you the runaround, or they may say something negative to you? Like, do you give up? Do you just stop? Like, what do you do in that time?
No, not at all. And Alyssa said it earlier too, is like you have to just get in that mindset of not taking it personal. And I think for me, like I've always been in love with this industry, with like relationship marketing. And that's one thing that whenever people would talk about like you just have to have the right mindset, like I would always say like I have the right mindset because I know like no is just going to get me closer to a yes at the end of the day. And it's just realizing that a lot of times people are going to tell you no, or they're going to come at you sideways with everything, you know, with their products and their shipment. And I'm doing all these hosted posts, like, you know, even from your team. And you just have to learn, like, you cannot take it personal. Like, at the end of the day, you just have to keep going. You have to love on each other. Like, that's one thing too, is like, I'm always loving on my team. I'm always checking in on them, just making sure that their mindset is right. Because for me, like, that's key. Like, if I know that I can have the right mindset, I know it's not easy for everybody, and it's one thing to just say it, but to actually be in that situation where you know where they're coming from, you know when they're coming at you and they're like, this is hard, this is frustrating, and you have to be able to be in that situation where you can relate to them and be able to take the time to say, you know what, like, it's okay, like, you got this. At the end of the day, like, these people, I always want to joke, like, these people don't pay our bills, like, with their opinions, but at the same time, like, they kind of do. So it's like you have to keep moving forward. If they're going to tell you no, somebody else is going to tell you yes, and you just have to keep going. But
Absolutely. I love that so much. So again, you guys, you hear mindset, you know, it's just, you just keep going. Like, you can't let other people dictate your success in this business at all. So Tiff is such an incredible leader and really leads from the front, leads with her heart. And so you guys hear, like, she's doing her work, but she's also checking in with her team. She's making sure that, you know, if they have questions, she's leading them, she's helping them with their struggles, you know, and so she's doing it all. And so I just think it's so incredible. What are some of, you know, like you said, you guys have been planning this promotion, you know, so after you guys get to a promotion, so a lot of you guys got to a promotion, and so now it's like, okay, what's next? You know, so where do you go from here? Like, do you just keep on going? Like, what's your next, you know, goal, and why do you keep doing this? Like, what's your reason for, you know, continue to go, you know, after you even just, now you're making $5,000 extra a month?
yeah, I will say, like, the one thing that keeps me going is just the community that we have with this business and with our team. Like, yes, I finally hit my goal. Like, I could tear off all of these sticky notes that I had, like, everywhere that says, like, $20,000 bonus and making $5,000 a month. Like, that has always been my vision. Like, I've always just envisioned what I want for myself. And now that I've hit it, it's like last month going into this, I did everything that I can to push and help my girl Vanessa get her diamond. And it was like, hell or high water, no matter what, like, even if I don't get double, this girl is going to go diamond because she's working, she's showing, I'm going to run with my runners, right? And so, like, it just feels good to, like, see other people rise up. And I think now that I've hit my goal, it isn't so much just about me. Like, I see so many people in my organization where I'm like, girl, you're so close. And, like, just reminding them, like, it takes consistency and working, like, it's at the, like, if every day was the end of the month, right? And so just reminding and being in their inbox, not so much to be pushy, but to show them, like, if you want this, like, I'll lock arms with you and we'll do this. And so I just want to duplicate, like, what Jen does. Like, Jen never stops. Jennifer Weatherly, she's always wanting to rise other leaders. And that's what I love about her. Like, it's never about herself and her presidential or her going triple. Like, it's never been about that. It's always been like, who can I help rise up? And that's what's attracted me to her. And I just want to keep embodying that, is like, who else can rise up with us and keep going to the top, you know, because it just feels good to see other people win. And eventually, in God's time, like, I have it in my thing, like, in God's time, I'll be a VIP leader too. But that being said, like, we're just going to keep helping other people rise. And that's my goal, to sustain my position now, get my hubby to diamond, and then whoever else is that wants to go, like, we're going to get it. And so that's where I'm at, and that's what's next.
I love that so much. You're so amazing. Okay, so what is something that, like, you felt, you know, that really took you here? Obviously, you know, there's several things. But what's one thing that you just feel like everyone, if they just incorporated this, they will get where they need to go?
Self-development for sure. If you are not incorporating self-development into your daily, I will say like that's going to be like probably majority of everybody's missing link right now. And then just literally just being consistent with all of the core four. Like I'm nobody special. I don't do anything different than any of these leaders, but it's just making sure that my core four are my non-negotiables. I don't go to bed, even if it's 3:30 in the morning sometimes that I'm like going to bed because I'm fitting in family and you know they're all home and it's chaos. But if I'm like, holy crap, like I only sent out 25 messages for HAPS, my goal was to send out 50 or 100. It's like, let me send it, and who cares? I'm a night owl. There's still people that are up and people will still post for me. And so it's just being consistent with the core four. It's a non-negotiable, and just always pouring into your mind. Like there's no way you could be a leader in this business unless you are pouring into yourself first.
Gosh, I love that so much. One more thing, how much self-development do you do every day?
A lot.
Give us an hour. Like, is it all day? Is it an hour? Is it 10 minutes? Like, what do you do? How long?
No, all day. Like I'll wake up first. One of my girls, Brianna Johnson, who's an amazing rising leader on my team, she got me onto Mike Todd. And he has this series, Crazy Faith, and I've probably listened to it from the beginning to the end like numerous times. So I always start off my day with that. Crazy Faith series, you guys have to look it up. It's so good. And then throughout the day, like if I'm cleaning, I have a speaker in my bathroom. So I'll just Google like Les Brown or Tony Robbins or Darren Hardy. And then whatever comes up, that's what I'm listening to while I'm showering or helping the kids. Like it's constant all day. I can't even put like an hour or an amount. Like I don't even really watch TV that much anymore unless my hubby's like, we need to sit down and have a movie. I'm like, okay.
Absolutely. I love that. And I knew that's what you were going to say. So I really wanted everyone to hear that, because self-development is not just something where you will, write down your affirmations and then you're done for the day. It is literally something where you can incorporate it into your entire day. Like Tiff said, like in the shower, while you're getting ready, in the morning, miracle morning, waking up before your kids, what's your bedtime routine? Like all that stuff plays a huge part in your mindset, you guys. Your paycheck is going to be self-development, or is going to be parallel to the self-development that you do. Okay. So let me say that again. The paycheck that you receive is going to be parallel to the self-development that you do. So if you want to increase your paycheck, you have to increase your mindset and your self-development. Okay. So how do you do that? You do what Tiff just said. Okay. I hope that you guys are writing these notes down, because do you guys understand? Tiff made it to double diamond. How many of you guys want to make $5,000 extra a month? I would be writing every little thing down that these ladies are talking about, because they are doing it, you guys. They are telling you exactly what they did. Okay, so you guys can do that too. So, all right, Tiff, well, thank you so much. Do you have anything that you're like, okay, I really needed to say this, or do you feel like I even wrote stuff down from you. Like I always love hearing you speak, so I can keep asking you questions, but.
No, I'm good. I can't wait to hear from Valerie, though. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you so much. All right, my friends, we have one more, so you guys just hang tight. We are almost done, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear from Valerie, who is now our newest VIP. You guys, Triple Diamond makes 6 figures a year now. I just want you guys to show Valerie some major love in the comments. And I also want to know how many of you guys would love to make 6 figures. Like how many of you guys would love to make 6 figures from your phone? Put in the chat. Okay, Valerie, go ahead and take the reins. And the very first thing I want to ask you, first of all, is what does it feel like to be Triple Diamond?
Well, I feel like I'm going to throw up right now, just because like Tiffany just applied so much pressure for me to like bring it, and I just don't know if I could do that, but I will do my best. It feels freaking amazing. Like I am anxiously awaiting those prelims like a mofo. I just can't wait to see what that paycheck looks like, and I feel really proud. I feel proud of my team. I feel proud of myself. I feel proud of my family. It's an amazing accomplishment, and I'm just like so much ready to go on to the next one.
I love that so much. Okay, so I know a lot of people know your story, so do you mind if we just kind of get into like the nuggets of everything? Because I know people just want to know exactly what you do. Like, what did you do? You know, so okay, so tell us, like, what did it take to get to Triple Diamond? Like, was it easy for you? I mean, I know you personally, and you're one of my best friends, and I talk to you all the time. And so I know that it wasn't a perfect road for you. So can you kind of let everyone know, like, what did it take to get to Triple?
Yeah, guys, like hands down, everything that you heard, like top 3 things are consistency, right? Getting the work done and like not making excuses. Like for sure, my biggest pet peeve, and my team knows this, is like making excuses. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what's going on. Like, I want to hear a resolution. And that's truly what is going to get you there. I have gone through so much growth from when I first found Amanda, or when she found me, to getting to Triple, and I still have so much more to learn. And I think that's what it comes down to, is just accepting that, like, you're never gonna be perfect, you know, like just take who you are right now and try every day to be the best version of yourself. And eventually you will work up to each rank that you need to go through. I had a lot of crazy things happen to me on this journey, and it's okay. Like, it, to me, everything in life that has happened has helped shape me into exactly who's sitting in front of you right now. And I'm not ashamed of any of it. I'm so proud of it all. And, you know, it's only going to get better from here. But the thing is that you have to take the excuses off of the table, hands down, period. Get your work done. If you don't have a schedule, get on one. If you don't wake up early, get up early. Like, don't be lazy, guys. That's what it comes down to. If you work the business like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. If you want it to pay you like a business, work it like a business. That's like plain and simple. When I first started, I was a super yellow. Like, I wore my heart on my sleeve. I was like wanting this business for every team member that joined. I was going to do whatever it took to help them get there. And, you know, if that meant me risking myself, that's what I was going to do. That's how I lived my life. And then this business, through self-development, through, you know, business development and leadership, I learned that all I can do is like truly give them the guide and the leadership and the knowledge to get them there. And then the rest really has to be up to them, because if I do the work for them, they're not going to appreciate it, and they are going to walk away. And it's going to be me sitting there with that, like, you know, diamond or that double that needs to be taken care of now, because it wasn't their blood, sweat, and tears that went into it, you know. And that's something I learned late in the game. So I'm trying to preach that to you guys now, so that you learn, like, coach your team, you know, try not to do it for them. Sometimes we have to, because, you know, we are going for that next rank, and that's just, it is what it is, you know. But really try to coach your team and just be there for them, and be consistent every freaking day. Like, that's something I really had to work on. I used to allow myself to have one day off, and that was the dumbest thing I ever did for my business, guys. And I'm honest. Like, if you work the business the way it's supposed to be worked, it doesn't feel like work. It's just a part of your life. You wake up, you get up early. I even do it on the weekends now, and I come down here, I have my coffee early. I, you know, get my host to post out and everything for the day. And then the rest of the day, I'm just responding to messages here and there. When my twins go down for a nap, I get more like hardcore work in. And that's when I'll, like, you know, try to like really send out some messages that I need to use like brain power for. And then at night when they go to bed, I place my orders and I do my follow-ups, and, you know, I send out messages for host to post the next day. Like, my day is scheduled, and if any part of that schedule goes off, I'm a wreck. Like, I need that schedule, you know, and I need to get my work done, or I feel all over the place. And getting your family involved with that is huge too. But you know what? I remember at the beginning, and I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent, but somebody said at the beginning, like, they didn't have support from their family. And so I want to speak to you right now. Like, don't worry, you don't have to have support. I did not have any support when I first did this business. My husband, like, really was just awful throughout the whole process, you know, until last month when I finally started going for Triple, and he came home because of the coronavirus, you know, and so he was home for a solid week, And he saw the work that went into the business and that went into me being home with the kids. And that's when he like really stepped up and he was like, okay, like, what do I need to do? So we created this list called our Do Better list. And it's me giving him some time in the morning for himself so he can get done what he needs to do so that he's not holding resentment against me. And it's me getting an hour after he wakes up and does his time that I can go work by myself uninterrupted and get some other stuff done. So it's stupid to me that I took like 2.5, almost 3 years to have that real conversation with him and really figure out what the resentment was all about. You know, I should have done that a long time ago. So that's the gist of it.
I love that so much. You guys hear like it's like it was hard work. You know what I mean? It's hard work. Like it's not easy. The thing that is hard work, it's not like the task. Like Valerie has a system done. It's not the hard work. She just like said, like once you do this, it's just like folding your laundry. It's like doing the dishes. It's not hard work that we do. What is hard work is doing it daily, being consistent, and having the mindset to keep going, even when somebody is, you know, at our feet, even when our spouse is negative, even when we have somebody tell us no. That is the hard part. So you guys have to decide, like, okay, am I going to let outside sources affect my success in this business? You know, one thing I want Valerie to talk about, because I will tell you guys, Valerie, I have never heard one excuse out of her mouth, ever, ever, ever. Never one excuse. She will come to me with, you know, things that we need to talk about or work on. And honestly, you guys, she takes what I have to say. Not that I know everything, but we will talk it out together. But she takes what I say and then she goes to fix it. She never gives it an excuse. And in fact, if something didn't go the way she wanted, she will say, you know what, I did this. It's because of this. And so never, ever does she let her life, you know, excuses get in, time excuses get in, having twins get in. You know, she has twins, you guys, and a little boy. Like, never once given an excuse. And so, you know, ask yourselves, like, what excuse did you guys give today to not get your 10 hosts to post out? What excuse did you guys give today to not do your self-development? What excuse did you guys give to not do the core 5 things that we do every day? You know, that is what's keeping you guys. It is the excuses that you guys are giving yourself every single day. And so you have to decide, okay, I need to get systems put into place, because Valerie, she just said she has systems put into place. She has a schedule, and she just makes sure she just gets her work done. So I would love, Valerie, can you kind of talk to us, because I know I hear it all the time and I see it all the time. And you guys on here too are probably, you know, maybe you see it in your team, or maybe you even do this, but we get so hyped up in the beginning of the month and we're like, okay, I'm getting diamond, I'm getting ruby, I'm getting emerald. And then 5 days later, it's crickets. And nobody hears from you. Your work's not getting done. Your team's work's not getting done. And then all of a sudden it's the 25th and you're like, I'm back in it. I'm getting diamond. You know, okay. So Valerie, talk to us about how that's not how you got to triple. How it's not just you work 5 days out in the beginning of the month and then 5 days at the end. Like, tell us a little bit about that and how you keep going every single day.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, like for me, it's not just even a business anymore, it's a lifestyle. And I think that once you just embody that, you're going to be more successful. Like you look at Amanda and you look at Jen and you look at Rachel and you look at Court and like all these other amazing women who are super successful in the business, and they're posting every day, and their posts like are their life posts and they trickle in the business. And I think that that's what's so intriguing and so amazing is they're really in it, you know, like it really is their life. And once I started seeing how they did it, and that was exactly like, I don't know, I guess it's like we always say in the business, like you copy the right cat, you know? And it was like, I knew that if I wanted to get where they are, I need to do exactly what they're doing. So for a long time, I had stayed stagnant with my team. Like when I hit double, it was like, okay, I'm just going to focus on them and we're going to rebuild these areas and blah, blah. And that just totally ended up crushing my business, guys. Like, so I do not suggest that. Like once you hit a rank, start planning for the next one, you know, like run with your runners always. Like for my team, we really started pushing for triple, I would say, well, I started pushing in like September, but you know, to get the whole team on board for them to like want their promotions and everything, we finally really started pushing, I would say, in February. And everybody was going for it, and they were so close, guys. And at the end, like, everybody fell a little short. And you know what? I wasn't even bummed out, because I knew that they had worked their butts off and they gave it their all. And it was like, okay, it wasn't our time. I had some people pretty bummed out on my team. And I told them, I was just like, look, like, in a way, I'm kind of glad that nobody got it this month, as mean as that sounds. But I needed them to see that you can't just like work your business here and there all year long, and then all of a sudden you want to hit this promotion and you're going to push for 1 month, and not even all month, just like here and there throughout the month. You know, like, it takes consistency, and it really truly does take like treating it like a business and just really making, for me, that schedule for yourself. And if I tell every single person I bring on, I'm like, we need to get on a game plan Zoom, and we need to make a schedule for you. Until you make a schedule, you're going to be all over the place, and I don't want to hear it. Like, I'll hear the excuses for 1 or 2 times, but after that, it really does bother me. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just like, hey, like, we can either like come to me with your problem, but I also want to hear that you're trying to find a solution. And if I don't hear that, that's when I'm like, come on, like, what are we doing? You know, this isn't therapy. Like, let's fix it. So
I love that so much. Okay, so one more thing, you guys, because I know we're running late, and I wish I could just continue talking, but what's something, because I know a lot of us, our lives have been rattled with everything going on. So can you kind of speak to that part, and just saying, you know, like, maybe what are some things what are tips that you can give us that, you know, we have our kids home now, we're doing homeschool, like somebody just commented in there, like, you know, their world was turned upside down when they had to figure out schooling and all that kind of stuff. So how do you still work the business? Because I know, same with you, you know, no preschool or anything like that. So what is
I actually even brought my neighbor kids over, and they come over here and do school. So, I mean, I get it, guys. It just really is setting things as a priority and just making sure that you're going to get it done no matter what. If your day is really that crazy to where you don't have any time to message, which I find really hard to believe because we all have 10-minute breaks here and there, get up early then and work it before anybody gets up. Stay up a little bit late, you know, like, just do the things that you have to do to get it done. You have got to read the book or listen on Audible, Atomic Habits. When I listened to that, for me, it was more of like a confirmation that everything that I had been working on for the past year was really going to pay off. And when I heard that, I remember I was in the shower listening to it, and I just started crying, because I was like, oh my God, like, big things are coming. Like, these are all the things that I've been doing, so it's really going to pay off, you know? So I think that's really what it comes down to too. And just making that decision, like, do you really want it? If you do, like, then do it, you know, like, go for it. We all have things that go on in the day, different things, tons of different things. Whatever you think you're going through that's tough, somebody else is going through something even tougher that you wouldn't even be able to wrap your head around, and they're still making this business work. They're just not talking about it, you know? So there's been so many people in this company that have been fighting cancer, that have lost loved ones, you know, like, if they can do it, so can we. So let's do it. You know, let's stop making excuses and just get the dang job done.
I love that so much. Do you have anything else that you want to share? One last tip?
I did, but I don't remember now. I knew I should have wrote it down. But don't let yourself off the hook. I think that's the biggest thing, is like, it's so easy for us to just let ourselves off the hook sometimes, like, oh, we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow always turns into the next day, and then it just never gets done, you know? Like, hold yourself accountable. If you can't hold yourself accountable, ask your upline to hold you accountable, you know? Don't make them like hold your hand always, but, you know, definitely like tell them, hey, I'm struggling and I need some help, and they're going to help you, you know? But remember, ultimately, guys, like, this is your business, and you're responsible for the growth, and you're responsible for the failure. So if you want to have that growth and you want to be successful, like, let's put our big girl panties on.
Absolutely. I just love that so much. And just so incredible. Everyone is so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I love listening to you speak. And honestly, just knowing from you, you know, a few years ago, just to seeing you now, like I'm just such a proud mama bear, and I'm just so proud of you. So congratulations on such an incredible, you know, promotion. And I just can't wait to see you go presidential now.
Yeah, September, baby.
Yeah. All right, my friends. So I just have a couple things to leave this with you, some action steps for you, okay? So I want you guys, before you jump off, I want you guys to write this down. What are 3 behaviors from all these incredible, you know, successful women that you have heard tonight? What are 3 behaviors that you feel like you need to change, you know, to help you get to your rank? What are 3 behaviors that, you know, that you feel like you need to start incorporating? Okay. And maybe you're like, you know what? I'm doing awesome. Like, I'm doing incredible. Like, I'm ready. I'm pumped. Like, everything they said, like, I'm like, yes, like, I'm in it. So what are, you know, you keep doing that. What are 3 behaviors that are working for you? I want you guys to write those down. But if you're like, okay, I need this, I need a push, I need to change whatever I'm doing. What are 3 behaviors that you heard tonight that you can start incorporating tonight? Okay. And then one more thing, there's 2 action steps. I want you guys, tomorrow we have an opportunity call. We're doing an opportunity live, okay? And so I want you to invite at least 1 or 2 people to that. Tag them in the live, okay? This is for you to, you know, to grow your business. So I want you guys to tag. Think tonight, who are you going to tag? Maybe it's 2 people, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 10. Who are you going to share that live with tomorrow, okay? And then the second thing is, what systems do you need to put into place for this month? What systems do you need to, you know, incorporate so that you can get these goals, okay? You guys, here's the thing. You guys heard incredible tips, incredible stories, and you guys can do this too. Absolutely, 100%. You guys can do this too. So you guys have to decide now. Whatever you guys learn, don't just throw your notes and put them to the side and just be like, oh, I'll start that later, you know, and start it now. Like Valerie ended on, this is your business. It is up to you. We are here to lead and guide and love on you and tell you guys and show you guys exactly how we are doing it. But ultimately, it's up to you. You guys got to put the action step behind it. You have to put the work behind it. So I'm just so thankful, you guys. We went an hour and a half, just so many tips and nuggets. And I am just so thankful for all of you guys who stayed on here and all of you ladies who just spoke and just, you know, shared your night with us. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys all to pieces. And I jotted some of these questions down. So we'll get to these questions, but thank you guys so much. I'm going to stop this recording.